Okay, it was a real chore.
Oh my gosh, we've been planning forever and we finally got it together.
We are getting out of Central Oregon right now. There is so much snow and ice everywhere, and we really wanted to get out before the storm. Obviously things didn't work out for us, but we are now heading out, hoping for a 5.5-hour day to get us all the way down to Redding, California, where it's supposed to be considerably warmer. Here we go, let's give it a go. We made it to the first campsite, night 1, 230 miles from home. That's what it took to get to a place where there is no snow on the roads.
And we heard today that they shut down the airport. All the roads are sheet of ice, so we got out just in the nick of time.
We really timed that beautifully, and we're tired, and we're gonna go to bed pretty soon here, but before we do, we decided to celebrate our first day on the road with a gift. It was a sample from our friend Jeff Perkins. This is a bottle that was selected by Lost Lantern. We've only had good bottles of theirs. Tom's Foolery Distillery we don't know anything about, and we would love to tell you about it. We'll have to put some information on the bottom of the screen because we don't have any internet access where we're at here down in this valley in Northern California. Where are we?
O'Brien, California.
O'Brien,
California. I found a cute little campground. It was dark when we pulled in, so we'll see how cute it is in the morning.
Right, we have no idea what we're looking at here. It's so dark here down in the valley. 119.8 proof. Seems like a great way to start. It smells like good whiskey. Cheers.
Cheers to a good road trip.
If that's how things are starting out,
ooh,
I am optimistic.
This is good.
Well, we had a bit of a runaround yesterday with a campground that we drove about 45 minutes round trip out of the way to. That was actually closed for the winter, and so what we rely on when we have really no other choice, and it's been great for us, is a program called Harvest Hosts. It's basically $80-ish a year, and you can camp at distilleries, wineries, farms, all sorts of different places, even museums, and in exchange, the idea is that you should go in and support the places that you stop at. And last night, I don't know where we would have wound up without Harvest Hosts. We got to this really beautiful winery here in the middle of California. I'm not even sure what town we're in. We're near Lodi. We got here just before they closed, got parked, purchased a bottle of wine, and had a really nice night here. What we didn't know is that it's pretty close to some train tracks, so there was kind of a lot of rail noise last night, and then we had a rainstorm followed by a fairly aggressive windstorm, so it was not the most peaceful night of sleep we've ever gotten, but waking up to 55 degrees, even though it's super windy, not a problem at all. The plan today, after we've had our coffee, of course, is to head over to another Harvest Host. This one's a distillery, and we cannot wait to show you that one. Hopefully we'll find a trail to run on the way there. We both need to get some mileage in as we're training for our races, but we're expecting a much shorter drive today and much better weather than we've had this entire trip so far. We found the sunshine. We couldn't be happier.
Oh, don't fall out. Ah, don't fall out. So we didn't find a trail to run on, but we did find a gym and a shower, which was much needed. And now we're at our next Harvest Host location.
This is the place we have heard a lot about, and from some people who have much better palates than we do. Jason from Mash and Drum and Scott from My Bourbon Journey swear by this Merced Rye from Corbin Cash Spirits, and we've been hearing about this place forever. We finally made it down here. They just happen to be a Harvest Host, which makes it so much better. Now let's go inside and see what all the fuss is about. Well, it's the next morning. We are parked outside of Corbin Cash Distillery still, getting ready to hit the road. But what an amazing time we had here last night. What an awesome flight.
Yeah, it was so fun to meet with the owner and the crew there. The flight was amazing. We got to try, I think, like 6 or 7 different things in our flight. And don't think that we got special treatment. If you come here too, you can meet with the distillery owner as well.
Yeah, it's open book around here. We got to try so many things. Behind us you see the sweet potato field and some of the almond trees. They grow a couple of things around here. Sweet potato vodka, sweet potato gin, sweet potato whiskey. You can't really legally call it whiskey, but they make a lot of great stuff. But what did we like the best?
Yeah, so I found the flight really interesting. I think that the vodka that we tried was one of the best vodkas that I've probably ever tasted. Vodka is not something that I normally would ever drink just straight or even on the rocks.
Never. Maybe
like you would mix it in a martini, but there was such wonderful flavor in that I thought it was so interesting. But we're here to talk whiskey, and of all the whiskeys I tried, definitely it is the 1917 Merced Rye barrel proof, 123 proof. We picked up a bottle. It was so rich, so delicious. We always talk about like what would be a good rye for people who maybe don't like rye all that much. It's not overly spicy. It definitely has those rye spices in it. There's enough sweetness to balance it out that even a new rye drinker would love drinking this.
Yeah, or a rye drinker like me. This was the whiskey that we both liked the best, and look at how beautiful this bottle is. It's absolutely gorgeous. They do have some stunning bottles there. Their labels are cool. The people are cool. cats knocking stuff over. And we even had, you had a smoked old fashioned.
Oh, yes.
I had an old fashioned made with mezcal, which was also smoky. They make a great cocktail. They have brick oven pizzas, and they do great farm tours and all sorts of things here. So if you find yourself in Atwater, California, you should definitely stop by Corbin Cash Distillery. Make your plans in advance so that you can schedule your tour, your tasting, whatever it might be, even your brick oven pizzas, which I hear are fantastic. Come out here and check them out, and definitely get yourself some of this whiskey. It's delicious. Well, we have been driving very quickly south through California. We have one more major driving day. We're going to burn straight to our next spot. It's about a 5-hour drive, but it's going to land us at the start of our I-10 trip, which is the whole point for doing this. One more day of driving.
And I've never been to this area, and I'm so excited.
Wait till you see this campsite.
Now about that Lost Lantern Tom's Foolery whiskey, here's what we had to say about it. So, on the nose we said it was herbal, green leaf, bit of a cola smell. On the palate, pot still, maybe peated, but no smoke. We said that it tasted a bit like tobacco, light butterscotch, maybe a little hint of cream soda in there. Finish long-lasting with a bit of menthol. Quote, a Scotch-style whiskey made in a copper pot still, reminiscent of an Irish whiskey. So here's what Lost Lantern has to say about this whiskey. It's from Chagrin Falls, Ohio. It's aged 9 years in a 53-gallon barrel. This bourbon has notes of peaches and cream and a fresh nuttiness on the nose. The palate has hints of fresh baked bread, warm fresh grain, vanilla, and deep oak. It has an extremely long, rich and spicy finish, fitting for the oldest straight bourbon whiskey we've ever released. Now, we're not 100% sure if the one that I'm reading is the one that we have. The one thing we got right is that it's definitely copper pot distilled. I don't think we're quite 5-Sip Friday ready yet.